Hey, thank you for joining me today. I'm Annette, and I'm an unfilled, non-functioning Lapander 2012, class of 2012. Yay, me! I've been fighting this shitstorm, obesity shitstorm, since then, January of 2012. You can look back on my previous videos. I made a lot of videos since then, and it tells my story from soup to nuts. Yeah. So I've been fighting this metabolic obesity hormonal shitstorm since well, I got fat in started to get fat in 2004, and then in 2012, you can look back. I woke up and said, looked in the mirror and holy cow, I'm 52. My mom had a heart attack at 50. I'm pushing the button and I'm running out of time, so I better get healthy. So I did all kinds of body hacks to try to get me back to 130 pounds from 1985 when I got pregnant and gained 30 pounds. Had a hormonal shitstorm going on since then. And so my BMI was over 30 when I had, that made me qualify for weight loss surgery. I tried every other way. So I had to wait for a year, or no, yeah, 12. I was on a 6-month pre-op diet. So chose the Lapband because it was the least invasive. And my doctor's goal for me was to lose 50 pounds. So I had to get down to 150. I didn't think that was going to be too hard, right? 210 to 150. Simple stuff, right? Well, the lower you are to start out it's the hardest, right? So if I was 300 pounds and I got down to 150, if I had the VSG, it probably would have been like 100 pounds would have like flew off me. But it didn't work that way with the Lapband. Metabolically, 3 months out, it stopped working. So paid like what, $10,000 for that. My insurance paid 30,000 of it. So my bestie had the bypass surgery right at the time that I had. She had a revision from Lapband to bypass. She lost about 50 pounds, gained it all back because she had Barrett's esophagus and reflux disease. So guess what I have now? Reflux. Yeah, I have night cough all the time. I spent almost the whole night coughing. I had to take a PPI else. I cough all night. My back hurts. I can't sleep. So yeah, I have chronic gastritis, reflux. I have my hiatal hernia back. I had my Lapband unfilled in 2016. So, and I had an upper endoscopy, what you call that, an EGD. At that time, I was having severe GERD, and I was throwing up all the time. I had an inflammation shitstorm going on. I got lymphedema in this leg. So I had my Lapband deflated to 0. And that was in 2016. So I've been fighting the food beast since then. And I asked for a revision. At the time when I had my Lapband place, I had Blue Cross and Blue Shield, my husband's insurance. And I had a high deductible. So I did change to Kaiser Permanente in 2016, and I requested an evaluation of my Lapband. I went to a gastrointestinal physician to evaluate my band as far as my swallowing and what's down there. Well, he did find, or she did find, ulcers and another hiatal hernia, which was fixed when I had my Lapband. But due to chronic vomiting, PBing, we don't actually vomit food. We vomit slime, or our gastric juices, also aka chyme. Yeah, I did that since 2000. Well, since basically 6 months out, I've been PBing, sliming, or whatever you want to call it. So I can't take it anymore. I had to have a deflation of my Lapband. And I was scared to death because I have worked so fucking hard. Sorry, I dropped the F-bomb. To keep this fucking 65 pounds off. Yeah. So, because I'm in a hormonal shitstorm. I'm a postmenopausal woman. I'm going to ignore that. Oh, that's my friend. So anyway, I'm possibly going to get a VSG, possibly in 2019. It all depends on, I got to get my husband's insurance and open, and then, because Kaiser, at the time they said, because my BMI is unable to qualify for any type of revision in the United States, because I'm not fat, right? I'm just considered, well, overweight, I would say. My BMI is 30. I'm tipping the scale at about 155 pounds. So I like to keep it at 150. That's really hard. So I'm going to see about revision. Come 2019, I'll have to go to Mexico and get the Lapband out. And what surgery I'm going to choose, what surgeon, I don't know. Probably the cheapest one. And I've watched a lot of videos from Mexico. And I'll just hop on a plane and go to Tijuana and pray for the best. The reason why I won't get it done now is because, well, I've been out of job, and I'm sort of low on funds, and I don't have any health insurance per se, so that if I do go to Mexico and have the surgery, at least if I do have some type of medical insurance, if anything goes wrong when I come back to the United States, say I bleed out or I have some kind of leak or whatever, at least I'll have the medical insurance. From what I researched, at least they'll, cover that part. But if I don't have any insurance at all, and I go to Mexico and have the VSG, then I'm in deep doo-doo. Now, I would never want the gastric bypass, but I know that if you get the VSG, there's chances are that you're going to have worse GERD and worse reflux after the VSG. So people that have problems with GERD or gastric or reflux, usually that's why they recommend the gastric bypass as far as a revision on weight loss surgery, right? Because that's what my bestie got. She got a revision from Lapband to gastric bypass. She's 6 years out, and she's gained 20% of her weight back. She lost 100% of her weight through no exercise. The surgery did all of the 100% weight loss, but she's gained back 35 pounds. So I've gained back, I fluctuate between 10 and 15 pounds. 15 pounds. When I go up to 160, that's when I have to do a body hack. I'm getting ready to do some fasting. I'll do fasting for 48 hours and then do OMAD, because the scale. So I've done 6 miles. You're going to be doing 6 miles. I haven't had anything to eat yet except coffee. So anyway, thank you for tuning in, and I will have probably VSG in 2019, come hell or high water. See ya.